Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, the Eaton Squad. My name is Addie. So for today's video are the travel checklist for foreign nationals and former Filipinos going to the Philippines for the month of October 2023. Details coming right. Wow, it's already October. So this is October the 4th. Let's update the travel checklist of foreign nationals and former Filipinos going to the Philippines. I will also have a separate update for Filipino citizens and dual citizens. So for this video, let's focus on the travel checklist for foreign nationals. So for those of you under this category and going to the Philippines for the month of October 2023, let's start with foreign tourists. If you're a foreign national coming into the Philippines as a foreign tourist, you are given 30 days visa-free upon arrival into the Philippines. This is if you come from a visa-free country. These are nationals under the Executive Order 408. I actually made a video on this, on which countries are under the visa-free and which countries are under the visa required upon entry into the Philippines. So for foreign tourists coming into the Philippines, you must have a valid passport. It is very important that your passport is valid for at least 6 months or more. Because if it's less than 6 months, you may be denied from boarding. This happens a lot because of the 6 months rule. Since you are carrying a foreign passport, this applies automatically. You will be denied from boarding because you don't have more than 6 months or at least 6 months in your passport. So make sure that you guys have enough validity in your passports left before you book that flight to the Philippines. Also, eTravel registration, don't forget, you must register within 3 days prior to departure. So you can register 3 days before you fly, 2 days before you fly, or on the day of your flight to the Philippines, you can register. You can print the QR code that will be generated from your registration. You can also save it on your phone, screenshot it, and these are acceptable when they look for it. It's very easy to register with eTravel now, and you are given 3 days to register. So just to be on the safe side, register with eTravel. Then your plane ticket. So as a foreign tourist going into the Philippines, there are conditions when it comes to your tickets. Unlike with other categories that we will be discussing here shortly, for foreign tourists, there is a certain rule for return ticket or outbound ticket, or what they call the throwaway ticket. This is actually posted at the Bureau of Immigration's official Facebook page. Let me read it to you. It states there, this is under Proclamation number 297, that the requirements for inbound foreign tourists or temporary visitors, that they must have a valid onward or return ticket to port of origin or next port of destination corresponding to their allowable stay, except if you are a foreign spouse of a former Filipino, a foreign spouse of a Filipino national, or a dual citizen. Those are exempted from the onward or return ticket policy. So I hope you guys don't neglect that, because that is also a ground for denial. The airline will not let you board if you don't have it. Now, I've also heard other travelers that return ticket or onboard tickets were not checked, even though their tickets are more than 30 days. Please take note that, for example, if your return ticket is after 31 days, your day one actually starts on the day of your arrival in the Philippines, not on the day when you depart from your country of origin. So if you compute that, it's still within the 30 days free stay of a foreign national in the Philippines. I don't know why they imposed this policy. This has been a protocol before even the pandemic. So my husband always has his return ticket within the 30 days period when he comes to the Philippines before. He actually had an experience when their office just booked a one-way ticket and he was denied to board the aircraft. That's why the office had to scramble and get him a return ticket because they are not letting him board the aircraft. So don't neglect this protocol because you'll never know. You'll be one of those that I'm only gonna book a one-way ticket entering the Philippines as a tourist and you get denied from boarding. So don't blame others because you are reminded of it. It's actually posted by the Bureau of Immigration. It's a reminder for foreign nationals entering the Philippines as a foreign tourist. And I also want to add, as a foreign nationals traveling to the Philippines as a tourist, you are allowed to do visa extension even though your allowable stay in the Philippines is 30 days. Visa extension is applicable. For some reason, they want an onward ticket or return ticket within the 30 days period. But if you can already see yourself staying in the Philippines more than that, you can actually apply for a visa at the nearest Philippine embassy in your area. I am not sure how many days is the process of the visa, but if you don't really want to go through the hassle that they are looking for the onward or return ticket and stuff, get a visa because you can do that as well. So basically, these are the requirements for foreign nationals entering the Philippines as a foreign tourist. For foreign nationals entering the Philippines on a 13A visa and SRRV, it's pretty much the same. Your valid passport. It's not because you're a resident of the Philippines you are exempted on the 6 months rule. It's not because you are carrying or you are a holder of a foreign passport. The 6 months rules apply. So you have to have a valid passport when you travel back to the Philippines. Of course, your plane ticket, the plane ticket can be a one-way ticket because you're a resident of the Philippines. This is allowed. You guys are exempted on the return ticket or onward ticket or throwaway ticket. For eTravel, yes, you still have to register with eTravel within 3 days prior to departure. Like I've mentioned earlier, it doesn't have to be 3 days prior. You can do it in 2 days or you can do it on the day of your departure. Please make sure that you guys have all your documentation as a 13A visa holder and an SRRV visa holder, your ACRI card, your re-entry permit, and documents that the Bureau of Immigration requires you to have when you return in the country. The Bureau of Immigration also posted a protocol on that, still under the Proclamation 297, that foreign immigrants or non-immigrants except tourists, so this is for 13A and SRV, those with ACRI card foreign nationals. For ACRI card holders, except 9A. 9A are the foreign nationals entering as a tourist. Valid visa implementation, ACR I-card or ACR I-card waiver, return permit, and or special return permit shall be presented during arrival or departure inspection. So for sure, this will be given to you when you leave the Philippines, and make sure to check with the Bureau of Immigration in your area on what documents you need to process before you leave the Philippines as a 13A visa holder, as an immigrant of the Philippines. Just like if a foreign national has stayed in the Philippines for more than 6 months, you have to secure the exit clearance certificate or ECC because this is required. And to all 13A visa holders and SRRV, if you guys could share the documents that were asked from you leaving the Philippines or the documents asked from you when entering the Philippines, I really appreciate it, so we can give others a heads up under this category. I thank you guys so much. Now let's proceed to former Filipinos category. So former Filipinos are Filipino citizens who have naturalized abroad but did not apply for dual citizenship. They are under the foreign nationals category. For former Filipinos, they can avail the 1-year balikbayan visa. This is free upon arrival into the Philippines. For former Filipinos, you need to show either of the following. Not all of the following, because I posted this previously and somebody got mad because why do they have to show their expired or old Philippine passport or birth certificate? I was very specific on that video that either of the following that I mentioned, you can show as proof. So as former Filipinos, either of these documents, number one is your old or expired Philippine passport to prove that you were a former Filipino. Number two, your Philippine birth certificate. So if you don't have your old or expired Philippine passport, you can show your birth certificate or vice versa. And the third one is your balikbayan stamp. If you've been to the Philippines in and out and you were granted 1-year balikbayan visa, that itself is a proof that you can avail for a 1-year balikbayan visa again upon arrival into the Philippines. So either of the three you can show. When you're traveling with your spouses or kids, make sure you guys have your marriage certificate handy, as well as the birth certificates of your kids, because they can also avail the 1-year balikbayan visa in the condition that you guys are traveling together to the Philippines. For your documentations, for your travel checklist, of course, your valid passport. Since you are a holder of a foreign passport, the 6 months rule applies. Make sure that the validity of your passport is at least 6 months or more. Your ticket, that's very important. For former Filipinos, you guys can travel to the Philippines on a one-way ticket. I have posted several links of this. Even the Bureau of Immigration website has this. I just read that earlier, the valid onward or return ticket to port of origin or next port of destination corresponding to their allowable period of time. This is for tourists, except you guys are exempted for the valid or return ticket if you are a foreign spouse and or children of a Filipino citizen who are traveling with them. Number two, if you are a former Filipino citizen with balikbayan privilege under Republic Act number 9174, including their spouse and or children who are traveling with them. So that's bright as day from the Bureau of Immigration that you as a former Filipino don't need a visa to enter the Philippines. You will be given a visa upon arrival that is 1 year if you show proof in one of those three documentations that I mentioned, as well as your family will be granted 1-year visa when you guys are traveling together. Because I've heard horror stories of our kababayans, former Filipinos, who were required a visa before entering the Philippines. That's very wrong. If I were you, when you guys travel to the Philippines, if the Philippine government will post a certain executive order or proclamation and whatnot, print them out, because sometimes airlines, especially international airlines, are not updated with these rules. So make sure you guys show them the documentation that, hey, you're wrong. I don't need a visa to enter the Philippines. Here's the proof, because I am under the former Filipinos category. Also, make sure as a former Filipino traveling to the Philippines to register with eTravel. So that's within 3 days before departure. So if you guys are traveling with your family, you are traveling as a family of 5, that means you should have 5 QR code, because eTravel is per passenger. So I hope this clears up the protocols traveling to the Philippines for the month of October 2023 travel checklist. And I'm hoping you guys can use this as a guide in your future travels. So this is our latest travel updates to the Philippines. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, or inquiries with regards to this video or in any of our travel related videos, please comment it down below and I will try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. Or you can direct message me in our Facebook page, same handle, the Eaton Squad, or in our Instagram page, the Eaton Squad Official. Again, guys, thank you so much for the continued support and trust to our channel and to our family. I hope to see you on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone.